There you go, Wade. Sunrise we're not going to get today. I think, yeah, this has been when we're having some pretty nice ones, late enough in the morning now. Hope y'all had a safe New Year's Eve celebration, everybody. 'Tis New Year's Day. I can spin you around, make you dizzy, and if you drank too much, well, you know. And here's one for you. Right at the base of those trees up there, there's a bright spot. That's a nursery up on top of the hill that has grow lights with a translucent roof. People tend to call that in as a fire once in a while. Sorry, wiggling you around. Oh, Red's got to be the holdout. Sometimes I'll be nice, let him through the gate, sometimes not. So, anyway, yep, still alive. Sore. Those stinking chairs they brought into the shop last night, I don't sit well in part of those, and I sat in one too long. And there, if I stop, you can see, yep, Ron's pickup's there. He spent the night, which was a good thing. He was in good shape till he got up to go outside and take a leak. That's when he realized that his legs that don't like to work to begin with, well, he was fine. His legs were drunk. Drunker than normal. Now, I'm not saying he's always drunk. He's got some kind of muscle issue with his legs. He's always had trouble walking. So he got wheelchaired into the house, flopped down on the mattress in Mom's basement. He's alive this morning. That's 90% of it. He's already got some coffee in him. In fact, he said he made it up a couple of times to take a leak last night. So, and I don't know. I only went to sleep about 6 hours ago, and I've already been out for an hour and a half or 2 hours, working my way to the disaster area and gabbing to y'all. Really, I need to go hose my shoes off because I just shut the gates out there in the feed barn. Unfortunately, that requires walking out in the manure. So I'll let you go for a minute while I do that. Honestly, that was really like just barely a minute. Dogs all want in here. We'll see what they get into. I gotta wait for them before I can go any further. We got leftovers. There's a pan of bean dip over in the refrigerator at the house. Yeah, there's some leftovers there too. Some stuff in the fridge in here. So bad thing is I love the onions wrapped in the ham with the cream cheese. I absolutely love that stuff. That's what I had for breakfast when I came out. I'm kind of feeling it now. I had too many yesterday. But yeah, I'll do it again. And I don't know what might have got spilled on the clamps there, but Whiskey's going to make sure and get it. I know there was some food spilled. And that's when Ron found out he wasn't doing so good. And no, he didn't puke. Somebody left a drink sitting there in a cup and they weren't anywhere near it, so obviously they didn't care about it. Wasn't me. So, spin you around. This is just proof. See if you got too much last night. Keep in mind, I'm watching this too, and I'm doing fine. So, all right, I'm done spinning. Now, it was last year, and I don't remember what we did last year. I think I told you what I was gonna do. So, I'm gonna cut a piece of cross member out this morning, and touch the raw spots up with some paint. Means I gotta mask the front of that thing again, dang it. And hopefully everything goes right. That's gonna go up about another 3/4 of an inch on the back. That's probably gonna be about right. It's going to angle the tranny about right. We might have a little angle issue on the drive line, but the front is way low in the frame. We're going to bring it up until, there you can see it, until the motor mount on the engine is parallel to the cross member that it's mounted to. And that should be the right angle. Because right now the front of the engine's sitting about an inch lower than the back. Time we raise that up, that'll get it where it pretty much belongs. But I'm going to wait until Ron is actually up and moving good to tackle that. And there's a bunch of stuff in here that needs to get moved out, put back in its rightful place. And then hopefully we'll get somewhere. Rainy, say hi. Hey, where you going? Hey. She don't cooperate. Maybe Blue, will you say hi? No, Blue just wants loves. Red doesn't care. Red found something over there that got stepped on. He's going to lick it off the floor. And Whiskey's just Whiskey. He's kind of a social butterfly, you know. Oh yeah, we played some games last night too. Some of them were kind of interesting. Oh well. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see what we can get you later. Hoping you're feeling good this morning. You know, it's still there. Yeah, get to be by myself today. That's okay. That's kind of what it looks like from here. It's not up where it's going to be yet. It's actually fairly close, but it's not there. There's what I cut out. There's what it looks like. Yeah, I cut part of it with a cut-off saw and gave up and got the plasma out. Couldn't get in with either one of them the way I wanted to, but, you know, it's working. I just got to go back and forth from one side to the other and make sure we're as far forward as I want to be. I may want to move it farther forward. I don't know yet. That's going to be the hard part by myself, but, you know, one way or the other. Get it done. I don't want it too far forward, but I also want it far enough forward that it's easier to work on. As kind of like where it is right now, the inlet and outlet of the pump are almost in line with the cross member, and if they're ahead of that, I think it's going to be better. I know I'm not going to go behind it, and it shouldn't be an issue there. I mean, you know, God forbid, about the only way that's going to get hurt is if something breaks there and that rolls back into it. Otherwise, it can't hit it. And I don't know yet. I mean, we might be able to put 90-degree fittings in there and just run the hoses right back here alongside the engine and into the frame. I don't know. Figure that out when the time comes. But I want to do my best to make sure the engine's where I want it. And now there's a good 4 inches between the water pump and the radiator. I already figure I'm going to have to probably run an elbow down and come through to go over to the other side, and that's fine. It's not a big deal. Between hoses and some exhaust pipe, we can do that, not a problem. And looking at the top, I just, thought off my head earlier was, Chevy upper radiator hose might just drop right in there. I don't know. Almost anything will probably work. Biggest issue I've got is obviously 2 different sized. But, they make them that way. Just got to find the right one. Right one at the right shape, no big deal. Basically come out with a 90 and drop down, big deal. And we're looking a little better back there for the drive line. It's going to have a little angle to it, but I don't think it'll be too bad. I am going to come up about flush to the top of the frame with the back mount. Depends on how much, I can go farther up with the front. I got to make sure I can get the front up higher. I raised it up a little bit. Just getting to where I need to start measuring and figuring where we are for sure. Make sure it's all copacetic. And go from there. Hey, look at that. There's 3 bolts in there. Near as I've been able to tell, either right here or right here, I think probably this one, was that bolt hole before. We're up a little higher, which I wanted. Looks like everything's going to be easy to work on. The back is not in place yet. It may not be too bad on the slope on the engine, I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to get it so that mount on the front of the motor is parallel. That's what I'm shooting for. But say, I haven't got there yet. I got to make sure that the front mount's actually where it belongs, and then tighten it down. And probably put 2 jacks on back here. I may end up trimming some off of this, get it up where I want it, and I'll probably just take the cut off and knock it off. Just more repainting to do, eh? Kind of a pain in the butt. I got this side squared up and up where I wanted it. Got a bolt in it and it stayed square, and I got the other 2 in it. And the other side, the bottom was leaned back, but the top was where it needed to be. And I ended up, wasn't sure, so I came to this side. I measured everything off the axle, because the axle was all measured off that center cross member that I can't get to measure here. Measured from the axle to this top corner, and it was really close to being the same on the other side. It was close enough I could put the top bolt in. And once I did that, I gotta show you. Nowhere to push off of, nowhere to really pull to, and I couldn't pull it hard enough with just the twine. So, hey, look at that. I pulled her up as tight as I could and made it like a fence tensioner and wrapped her around a few times. So this one is square with the frame, just like the other one. And I didn't measure it after I got the bolts in. They're about a 32nd of an inch different. I'm not going to fight that. I fought it enough getting this far. Get to everything. I kind of wanted to move it ahead a little farther, but, you know, where I thought I was going to be, I was going to run into issues putting bolts in. I thought I was a little closer to it than that, but that's okay that we're not. Doesn't bother me a bit. So, like I said, now we just got to deal with the backside. Just more fun. And I don't know, I might have to put longer bolts and lay some spacers in to get the ass end up where it needs to be. I don't know. I mean, if I put it there, obviously I got one hole that's all the way over the top of the frame, and that doesn't do any good. I definitely don't want to go short on that. That's what holds most of the weight. Like, you know, all of it. Front one's just along for the ride. So anyway, with that, this video's, long enough, right? So, hope you've all had a good first day of the year. Yeah, everything's still in here. Number 1 was going to be here today, and I haven't even heard from her today, so who knows. And, yeah, Ron partook a little too much, so when he got to feeling good enough this morning, he went ahead and went home, and that's fine. Yeah, he's here all on his own, just helping out. He needs to spend some time at home with his little boy anyway. So, anyway, that's where we are. I'm almost to the point where if I get some stuff out of the way, I can lift the back end of this up and move it back over and actually walk around it again. That'll be kind of nice. I won't have to walk through all the other crap to get around. So, hey, here's to 2020. Can't even talk now. Here's to 2021, everyone. May it be a much better year than 2020. I know we're starting out against the wall to begin with all the COVID crap. But hopefully everything else will get better and go smoothly, or as smooth as can be. I appreciate all my subscribers. Appreciate even the people that haven't. You know, if you stop by and watch and hit the like, that's great. If you subscribe, that's even better, and it's free. That's what they say. But it is what it is. If you don't want to, you don't want to. Not going to force you. No sense in that. Speaking of Corona. So anyway, thanks again, everyone. The last year and a half's been pretty good. It's been fun. Looking forward to doing it for a long time, I hope.